Hello there, and welcome to the Marketing SOS Show. I'm your host, Eric E., and the reason that I do this show is to help listeners like yourself with whatever questions they have for marketing or business. Now, no questions too big, no questions too small. I'm here to help you no matter what situation you find yourself in. So drop me a line at eric@marketingsos.ca. I'd be more than happy to use my years of experience in marketing to help you out. And in this day and age here in March 2020, help is the name of the game because as a species, as a society, we're a bit at a crossroads with this COVID-19 pandemic. We've never experienced anything like this in our lifetimes. Yes, humans have experienced it in the past, but not at this stage where our countries are so intertwined economically and socially with social media and other things like that. It's an unprecedented time. And it's going to be interesting to see how we navigate ourselves out of it and what the world's going to look like after. So on today's question, Tom sent me a very interesting question asking why he needs a website. Now, he did send this in before I think the pandemic started, but realistically right now, if you don't have a website and you've been forced to close your store or your physical location, you can't have customers come and visit you. And you can't go into their homes to visit them if that's your industry. But a website, that is your face online, that is your brand, that is who you are to people looking you up. So let's get to Tom's question just after this. So Tom writes, "Hi Eric, why do you need a business website if you get all your work from referrals / word of mouth? Tom." So Tom, very brief question, but very to the point. Thank you so much. Now, like I mentioned at the top of the show, Tom, right now, why have a website? If you can't open the public, if you can't interact with people, if you can't, with social distancing and things like that, you can still take calls and do business. But if people want to meet face to face, you can't do it. If people want to learn more about you or hear your sales pitch, they can't do it in person. Yes, they can call, but your website is the next best thing to help sell and to be your face during this time of social distancing, of people staying at home on this new reality as a pandemic. So that's why you should honestly have a website right now. But I know you submitted this question beforehand, so let me answer this question as if we're going to get back to a sense of normalcy soon, which I hope we do. So, Tom, honestly, I suppose you don't need a website if your referrals and word of mouth keep bringing in consistent business. If you have too much business to handle, then that's a great problem to have. But if you aren't overwhelmed with clients knocking at your door, it could be because when a prospective client hears about you and tries to research you, they can't find you online. There is nowhere for them to go to look into you. Now, honestly, for myself, Tom, I have a rule with myself that I don't buy anything right away. If I hear a pitch, I don't buy it. If I get referred, I'm not buying right away. I want to sit at home and do my research. And if I can't find your website, you're ruled out, my friend. If I can't compare you to somebody else, apples to apples, and if you don't have an online presence, you're gone. And that's because not having a website in 2020 is a red flag. It's almost like you're trying to fly below the radar so you aren't detected because you have something to hide or are not legitimate. Having a website is the easiest way for potential customers to find out more about you and also for your current customers to refer others to you. To me, a website means that you are at least legitimate and serious about your business. Not having a website to me may also mean that you are out of date and not current with the times. And if that's the case, I don't want to hire you. I'm not going to hire someone that's out of date, that can't manage my things properly. This is a perception that you absolutely do not want to have as a business owner. Your website also gives you a chance to introduce yourself, tailor your messaging, add a ton of things like social proof to encourage someone to actually reach out to you. Now, Tom, you're human. You can't answer your phone or write and respond to messages 24/7. Your website is your salesperson who is always available even when you're sleeping. You can write all that convincing text and copy and explain why you're the best choice for these customers. And they can read it there on your website at 3 a.m. or 7 a.m. whenever they want to visit it and find out more about you. And that's one thing you have to do here with clients and customers. without killing yourself and being overwhelmed, you need to make yourself available and transact with them and give them the information they want in the way that they want it. Now I'm going to ask you, Tom, you don't have a website. Do you have a business card? Honestly, a website is what your business card was 20 years ago. It's table stakes or a minimum expectation today. So if you're going around with a business card and you don't have a website, it's very contradictory, my friend. Business cards may have been cutting edge in the 80s or 90s. But now, you could honestly probably get rid of most business cards and just have an online presence, to be quite honest. So unless you have some kind of exclusive service or product that's only used by celebrities or millionaires, or perhaps your business is not quite legitimate, like maybe hiring a hitman, then you need a website. Now, if you are one of those services where you have hitman services or a very exclusive client base that you don't want to advertise, then no website for sure. That way you can just do referrals. But for every other scenario, get a website. That's your brand. That's who you are, and that's how you're going to attract a lot of customers. So if you don't have a website in 2020, you are out of date, my friend. So Tom, thank you so much for writing in. I've been in the website business or developing websites or being responsible for websites for probably like 15 years now, even though I'm not too old. But I believe a lot in websites now more than I ever have in terms of being the face of your company or yourself, your personal brand, of giving you the ability to transact and inform people. You never know when someone's going to come looking for you. And that's why you need to have a website. They can catch all those things, funnel them towards you, and allow you to triage them later and find those prospective clients that are going to keep paying at the rate that you want to be paid at. And like I said, a website adds so much legitimacy to you. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there listening that say, hey, yeah, this guy is silly. He should have a website. I have a website. But honestly, take a look at your website. How long has it been since it's been updated? Is it mobile friendly? Is it mobile first? Are you making it so that web experience is great on all platforms? That's the one thing with digital marketing and the web, is it's changing so fast. Now, I'm not saying you need to change your website every month, but look at it at least every couple of years to give it a refresh. And it doesn't need to cost you a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there that will happily overcharge you for designing a website. But websites don't need to be expensive in this day and age. There's plenty of services out there that allow you to easily build your own websites without needing to know coding or anything like that. Just a little bit of DIY elbow grease to get you in there and working on it. Now, for many cases, many small businesses that don't require a ton of bells and whistles on their website, if you're just leaving information on your website and instructing people how to transact with you and what your services are, you don't need a fantastic, amazing, multi-million-dollar website. You can probably get through on a website like Squarespace or Wix is all you really need. So if you're ever in doubt about an offer from another company to rebuild your website, honestly, feel free to drop me a line at eric@marketingsos.ca. Happy to take a look at it and give you some advice. That's what I'm here for, so use me. Even if you don't want to be featured on the show, look at me as your free marketing coach. I'm happy to help. And if you could help me out here in these uncertain times and leave the Marketing SOS show a ratings and review on whatever podcast player you are currently listening to it on, that'd be truly appreciated and helps me grow the show in the future. So thank you in advance for that. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Eric E, and I'm out.